Well, as we wrap up here, Jim, we've been covering the all-time greatest, what we're calling the trading superstars, for the past 15 weeks or so. As you'd expect, Jesse Livermore, the boy plunger, has come up as one of our top folks on that list. And I know that your father had an association.
They were friends. Well, don't think he died broke. He didn't. Don't think he offed himself because of a financial problem. He was bipolar. In those days, they didn't have a definition for it or any treatment for it. He had a habit of squirreling money away when he won. He told people what he wanted them to hear, but was quite secretive in truth. There's no question that he didn't fail. Okay, he did not fail. And B, he is probably the world's greatest trader, hands down, no question, period, end. He who sells what isn't his and buys it back or goes to prison. That was when short selling was illegal. Just little things such as what's good for motors is good for the U.S., and of course the contrary is still true. And I'll tell you people one that you may find interesting to the listeners. Dad and I were out in Chicago at one time, and I walked past a guy who was begging, and about a minute and a half later, Dad said, go back and give him some. And I said, well, Dad, he's not going to spend it on liquor. And Bert said, how do you know that isn't God in disguise? Probably one of my better lessons from Bert Seligman.
For folks who'd like to keep a close eye on JS Mindset, one of the best website resources, updated regularly throughout the day.
It's a group of guys working for the purpose of keeping you all from becoming serfs. Dan Norcini, we call him Trader Dan, a proper title because that's how he makes his living and supports his family, and he does it quite well. Every day does a review of the gold market. And personally, when I'm in China or somewhere else and I want to know what happened in gold, I go take a look at what Dan says because it's probably the best review you can put your hands on. Better than what you're going to get on Dow Jones, or certainly better than what you're going to get on Bloomberg. I don't know where they find these guys. But, there are things there, like Dan's stuff is good. Monty keeps us balanced because Monty's a money manager who deals in all of the markets around the world. Who knows, maybe some of my ranting and raving could be of interest to you from time to time. It's for free, and it has a purpose. We have a goal. We have a mission statement, and basically it's to contribute to a public to protect them against the misinformation that they're plied with constantly.
Well, what we need to do is have a roundtable discussion. The Monty Gill, Dan Norcini, and yourself.
You want to get us on a day when we agree.
When gold crosses $1,200.
When gold hits $1,224, please call me. Okay, $1,224. That's the number.
And just for the sake of caution, keep a life preserver in the back of that wonderful...
Oh, I do have one.
You do
have
I got
all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it says Captain Jim and Admiral Wolf. That's my dog. It's beautiful. It's nice. And who knows, we might actually get back without having to call Cito. My Westie is, he's... post-10, and unfortunately he's blind, and his landing gear isn't working so well, but he still likes to hang with me. He's my old bud.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they're the best. I have a Russell Terrier, Jack Russell.
Oh, Jacks are outrageous.
I've never had a
Anybody
dog
who
like
lives through the first year with a Jack should get an award. My daughter has one, and there's one it's over at my house right now, and when I finish up with business today, I go play with the Jack.
Can I tell you something funny? I actually designed and patented my own fence just to keep this crazy dog from running off.
It's got to be 25 feet high. And it has to be at least 500 volts. Jacks are amazing. They are wonderful. $1,224, it's a deal. I'll get the guys to join me, and we'll have a roundtable discussion.
I'm going to hold you to it.
I know you are. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope the listeners got something out of it.